Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and with me in studio tonight is Olmstead Hinds, and we are going to talk history. This is part three. Let me welcome Olmstead into the studio. Welcome into the studio, Olmstead.
Yes, hello, good night. How are you
Hi,
keeping?
I'm good. Let's talk about Six Men's and where that name came from. How did it get to be called Six Men's?
Okay, according to the Barbados Handbook, um, the history before 1605, um, here in page 4, it states there is a tradition that when the English settlers came to Barbados in 1627, they found 6 Indians on a spot in the parish of St. Peter, from which Six Men's plantation derives its name. So that is the name as how Six Men get its name.
So, what did they say anything about the six? They were Arawak Indians, weren't they?
Yeah, Arawaks Indians, and you know that we had Arawaks in St. Vincent and Grenadines and stuff like that, and Caribs and stuff like that, which they they also in the Barbados history they used to speak about the Caribs, they used to eat the Arawaks and drink water out their head, but them could have tell any lie to make they do things them way and give us them history.
So what happened to those 6 men and where were the women?
Well, I didn't know where the women was. So, and according to this book on paragraph 4, that what it states to me, so I can't go no further than that. But I do know, according to another manuscript, that which retreat, where there was a military camp there. That's where you got like the cannons, several cannons on top.
Oh yes,
of
thank you. Yeah, thank you for sending
Hello?
that to me. Yeah, thank you for sending those videos to me.
Yeah, and actually they're facing towards the beach, like how Carolina Bay, they had war at Carolina Bay, with the same English and the Spaniards and stuff like that. What happened is that retreat name was given to it because of being the military force, and they used to get some of the slaves there to carry some of the artillery down to the beach. So when they had conflict now with the Spaniards, what happened is that when the battle get too intense and the soldiers say retreat, the slaves don't know the word retreat, and a whole lot of them get killed there. So that's how the name arrived too as well. So these are things that in history should be taught in Barbados.
Exactly.
So that the young ones will know
exactly
what's going on about their history, and also the really Lynch letter and the making of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
All that should be taught to our children to make them understand a lot of things about themselves and the color of their skin.
Exactly.
And to get away from the jealousy and embrace one another, and it'd be a better condition for them, so that, because when you divide people and they divide their thinking, that's when a lot of problems come. So they don't know themselves. So they're still relying now on they've got the master syndrome and still relying on a lot of the things that the master did to them. And what I was really like thinking about, that we have two things that happen here in Barbados. Like, for instance, we have Crop Over and we have Emancipation Day. And Emancipation Day, mostly, I think, this year, 2024, I think that's going to be 1st of August. And the foreign is the jump up for the Crop Over. And you will find that Emancipation Day, you have a lot of activists at Emancipation Day, and the gathering don't be as large, and people don't recognize it. And then you will find that when it comes to crop over, you got millions of people, right? Jumping up and walking up. And I also have pictures back from 1904, 1905, showing that what Master used to do, if in case the crop is bountiful that year, he will bring the slaves to the plantation yard and treat them. So I tend to think that that's how this crop over thing come over, because I went to, that was St. Philip. I was invited there by this workplace to make the rum a year. And Alan sees, and I take out these pictures and I had them on display. And one Bajan white person saw this picture, and she came to me and she offered me $2,500 on the spot, taking her checkbook hook and writing me. I tell her these are not for sale. It's something that you have to keep and cherish for yourself, but it's history, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these people know about Barbados, which that a lot of the children don't know, because the history that we've been taught in this school, it was from the English. So they full our heads with a lot of stupidness. And also, if you listen to some of our Carol's speeches, he speak about that too. So what I'm saying is that these are things that is going in different countries. So we gotta pull ourselves from that and know what's going on around us. So follow up from that is like to and one of your the first session that we had here with his same issue. One of the comments, it stated that I wasn't from down here. I was from Chakahal, which I am from Chakahal. And I came down here and I do this and I do that and I build houses and got them rented out and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So that is a part then, from the same Willie Lynch letter of making a slave. So that person have a slavish mentality on the part that he have the sense of jealousy, right? Mm-hmm. And within you understand? Yeah. So I'm sorry for him, right? I'm sorry for him. So he don't see himself, right, which that I am Barbadian, right? But other people could come in here in Barbados and become a citizen, but they will never be a Barbadian, right? They will never be a Bajan. But I am Bajan, right? So I have enough rights here, my roots here, all about through Barbados. And where I go through Barbados, I supposed to be welcome. So that's for him. Mm-hmm. So let me follow up here from 6 months. I spoke about last time you asked me what was coming, and this is my belief, and I was speaking about I can read plans, right? Mm-hmm. And I see what happened in here. And these are things that the same guy that made that comment about me, if he was so interested in the people of 6 months, he would have actually looked into this here when Dennis Gelman came into 6 months on the same 22nd, 2014, and made such a statement about 6 months people. If he was such a lover and philanthropic of people of 6 months, he should be on this program speaking about this. Mm-hmm. And Kelman come into 6 months and said that the people were squatters. And what me amazed about it is that when he came in and he said that the people were squatters, then he came back again with one of the same land sharks of Barbados and allow him to come up to the same village, the same road, that's supposed to be a cul-de-sac to 6 months, and I got about on the left and the right, maybe about 30 houses, and disrupt the people.
You talking about Bajurkan?
Yes, I'm talking about him, yeah. Okay. Disrupt the people with the heavy trucks, because what I'm saying is if he have some place that he bought is 13 acres, 13 acres. And it's supposed to be private. You can't go nowhere. You can't go Sandy Lane and cut a road across Sandy Lane land.
Mm-hmm.
But because we are squatters, under the representative of St. Lucie, Dennis Kelman, under the DLP party.
You mean the X? X. Farmer, right.
Yeah, I came up here, disrupt the people with the heavy trucks, all the moral, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Digging the dredging close to people's house, digging the road across the same squatters' land, and it's okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's squatting to the paper that I have here with the declaration. There's many pieces spot, and everyone's know if the same road that doesn't get acquired to by him too. So these are things these are issues, and they're right, and the road's still there. You put up a wall without a gate, and then after the marina build, and you know your plans, you can look now and use the same Willie Lynch letter of making a slave. Because what I believe, if I'm a blackbird to you, I cannot fly with you with white feathers, with some white feathers, that the rest of the white birds won't recognize me. So therefore, your people, some black politicians being lead astray. I don't know if it's money, I don't know what. But these are things that happen in this country. It shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't be happening. Not to get rid of black people for white people. Segregation. We are not in South Africa. We are Beijing, right? So these are things that serious that will have to be looked in. And I can remember when I was small, I used to go to Spikestone, and with my mother, you get comfrey and these things from a woman in the Esplanade and stuff like that. And if you go to it had real vendors, enough vendors. If you go on Broad Street, you have vendors, and all these towns have vendors because people want to sell and make a living for them children. And Spikestone don't have a place there, but where the guys can do whatever they got to do. But what I find out now from whole town, one time it was listed gold. Now in gold from whole town to Half Moon Fort is platinum. No. Right?
Yeah.
So soon find out these are things that come in. Soon find out our generation, because as I said, the generation going on is coming. There won't be none left for these. I don't think that be able to get in the sea because these people got a way of doing things and getting into people that in power head in this country, and that's what you see now. There's a country, and they have unjust law. People will create their own law. That's why they're in Haiti. You having that kind of situation,
right?
Right, because people will create their own law because they're being treated unjust ways and everything like that. So they create their own law. And that's when you're gonna get problems. They start fighting one another and all kind of thing. I mean, I don't condone that they're killing his own brother and sister, but these are things that happen when you're not doing it the right way. There's right and there's a wrong way. So
you sent me some photos of construction going on. What's that all about?
The construction that's going on. I don't know. I don't know the plans for it. I haven't seen no plans. But you could come here and ask anyone what's going on. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know where the roundabout going. They don't know where the hotel building. These are things. They were showing plans. No. Nothing. Nothing.
How could you? How
So
could
you
people?
try to
How
tell
could? How could they? How could no one in the area not know what's going on? How is that possible?
I don't know. I know it's somebody shake a magic wand and confuse them head. I don't know. But you ask everybody want to know what's going on here. A lot of people want to know what's going on. They don't know. They don't know. They just don't know.
And like you say, you can't go in Sandy Lane and do something like that because they will know. They will know exactly what should be going on and what should not be going on in there in that area.
Right, because we had an issue back there a couple of years back, even with the Malins, right? Malins, and a lot of people that live across in St. Peter, returning nationals, had a problem even with the beach when they put up a wall, right? But they got ways of doing things. They didn't put up no wall now. They will start planting trees, right? For help hold soil, right? So, but actually, them aim is to block you. You want to see now, yours not to enjoy what you're accustomed to, right? What's supposed to be sentimental for you, the things that you raise up and you see, and so and quite amazing to some of the visitors that come to this country that don't have the money. I wonder if in case they have the money, if they want to do the same thing, yes, it's possible they will do the same thing too. And they say, okay, I spoke to some English people here that's come here often, and they mean living in St. 6 minutes, and I know them from renting a place in Chaka and I used to look at this place, the guy overseas, the dark guy, and they say they ain't coming back because they don't want to build a stay in 6 minutes now because his place is rented out and that's Airbnb. And they say, look, they can't afford to come back here next year with all that foolishness. Like the beach here was beach and everything. They got to walk straight down there to all the banging and things, right? A lot of people in for it. They want to see the natural Barbados, the natural things that are happening, right? They don't want all this concrete jungle, but it's being pushed, right? So the next thing coming for 6 minutes after that marina is after the hotel is the marina come probably, I think, to disrupt because he can start build because he can need those buildings out. I know that for sure. So that can be another thing now for 6 minutes also.
Okay. So.
And go on.
No, I was asking you. I don't know where to go from there. If people are coming in and doing as they like, and the road is being dug up, and people don't know what's going where, it says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot.
They gotta let the people know, right? They gotta.
But that's what it's saying, that they don't have. What they're actually saying is they don't have to let the people know. That's what I'm hearing from what you were saying to me. They don't have to let you know.
Well, as Dennis Kellman when he was down here, when his party was in power, he made a statement the government could do what they want to do. It's the government land.
But is it the government? Is it the government that's doing what is happening there now?
It's not. Well, I don't know who doing who, but all I know that I heard that something about a hotel building there. I went to the meeting because I didn't see nothing to bring me to no town hall meeting or anything to tell me what going on because they would ask questions, but I don't know. I heard that there was a meeting at down by Bradshaw shop. I didn't hear.
Who's Bradshaw? You mean when you said Bradshaw? Are you talking about Cynthia Bradshaw's dad?
No. There's a popular local bar in 6 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that's it. Because you see, 6 minutes is an area that it have agriculture in it and on the fishing too, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's interesting that something so big is happening there and no one's the wiser. No one knows what's going on.
Right, because it should bring some sort of plans, right? Should bring some sort of plan to show the people. But I don't think the people see a plan. I ain't see none. I ain't see one.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, so getting back to the plans, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people want to know about the place, what's going on, what's going on.
And
Well, I would like to know. A lot of people like to know, but I probably is the honest person that will come on Reddit and want to say what's on my mind, because I want to know.
hmm. So, is there anything that we discussed in our first show and the second show that you want to talk about a little bit more? Because I remember when you said that you were in that hole, that moral hole. That you know, it was a tough time for you. You were going through a really tough time at that point. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you want to say about that?
Well, yeah, on that time, I think that I was confused about my treatment and stuff like that, and it had me real good. I think that it could have, if I'd have really been that strong or get help fast,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably be mental. I'd probably be going to mental every year or whatever the case might be.
Mm-hmm.
But with the help, that helped me to recover a lot from it, because when people put you under that kind of stress and stuff like that, and treating you in such a inhumane way, it tends to bother you, right? And they don't even want to treat them down so,
Exactly.
and but they're gonna treat a human so, right? That them in their mind that don't have no value, right? Because some of them feel like we don't have no value, right? We just there to say yes to master,
Yes, serve,
right?
to serve, yeah.
Right. So not for me though. Yeah. So in the hole, I start cleaning it after and start working hard day and night, and then I had it to approach sanitation department for help.
So when you were cleaning, there was garbage. I think you were telling me there was garbage in the hole, in the marl hole. So when you were cleaning it, was there still people were there still people coming and dumping in there, or when they saw you cleaning it up, was that like a reprieve from them dumping in there?
Well, you know that as I mentioned, it had a bearded fig tree, and being as a garbage dump, and people bring garbage from all over the vicinity and dumping there for a long time. When I came here, to the because the hole is about 10 feet deep. So when I came, it almost full right through. It's about 60 feet long, right? 60, well, 80 feet, 80 to 90 feet long. And the width is actually about 30. And it was all covered with enough galvanized old bed, all kind of skeleton heads, bottles, paper, police with papers in it and stuff like that, and a lot of stuff was in it. And I started to clean it because after this nurse spoke to me about getting the tetanus shot and telling me that I didn't look too well and stuff, at which I know I wasn't well. And I said, well, let me clean this and stuff like that after the visions and everything. When I started to sleep in there,
When you say you were sleeping, in there, what do you mean sleeping in there? You had like a makeshift bed?
No, I just build. As I say, I can come back in the house. I can stand in the house, the feeling in the house and stuff like that. I build a board thing between the tree, the last Barbados tree, and just a board with like 2 legs and
Mm-hmm.
the carpet and build just something
Mm-hmm.
and put some sheets of gabardine over it and bed myself in there, and I used to sleep in there.
Mm-hmm.
So just a sheet and stuff like that, and I used to sleep in there. And then I would cook around the premises and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I do it. But then when I start cleaning it down, then like it's like you barely feel tree. Cause when I was in the house, it had rats in it and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and the rats would come in the house when I first put the house in and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll have it just baiting and everything to get rid of rats. But I find that I stay in there and I start picking and cleaning, and I was comfortable in there. So I stay in there and start to clean it. And there I clean it, and I said, well, I can go to the sea and come back and just go and take a little swim and bath and things like that, because I love the sea. And when I came back, I saw a dead dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in there, although the people see that I was cleaning it.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, right, and I took out the dog and I put it in the middle of the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can smell it, everybody got to smell it. Right? Then I said that I was wicked, I mad and everything. And the dog would actually started to decay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just snatched it with my hand and put it in the middle of the road, because you know that I'm in there cleaning, and you can come and bring a dead dog and put it in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? For me to clean your garbage as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I approached our Spark Clinic to ask for assistance to help, debush around some of the trees, and they sent a staff, and they said it was too much for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, let me go ahead on my own. And then when I get it to a point, I then approach. When I get off a lot of the metal, I approach SSA through the inspectors, and they said they didn't have no trap.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up with so much garbage piled so high, and they know how to get rid of it, no finance to get no private trusser. So I called the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes with government, when there's a situation, they tend to say they don't have this and don't tend to have that. But when the media come in and they don't want to be shown, as a bad government, then you can find trucks all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
So they come in with a back home, everything, and take away all it. And then it left for me now because all the metals was out. Then it had all the plastic and stuff like the cans and everything. That still had to become a broken bottles. Up to now, if you go there, you can still find sometimes with the soil. Whenever the rainfall and it go down, you still see bottles appearing.
Right.
And that was from a long time, right? So then them come and I get they came, the scientists to come and take away the stuff, and then I had them now to approach now more Spark Clinic again with permission then to burn. And now everybody got asthma, right? So they can burn, right? Even if they ain't got asthma, they can tell lights on the health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can't even put on a pot to cook a bare fruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are things that we get away from. So you know what I mean? Then? So yeah, I get the pass to go ahead, and then I start to burn, and the people will call the police, but I had it okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it burned. I think, man, that thing burned more than 6 months, right? So, but by then the smoke used to go, towards the sea and stuff like that. But people down in those like thing. Then after I approached, then the nation did ask me what was my intentions when they came, when I get the stuff clean up and everything by SSA.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, one day I came home and I saw, it was close Christmas, and I saw a kid. He was on a bank sitting down, and he was kicking all the loose mold off the bank into the place and kicking down stuff. And then I asked him, what are you doing? And why he was crying.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, he ain't getting no toy for Christmas. And I said, you're not getting a toy for Christmas, so that's why you're doing this? He said to me, yes. So I said, I'm going to make sure that you get a toy for Christmas. Right?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Stockton Miller. Right? I think he do films down here. He's got some. He do films, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got little films in there on CBC and stuff like that. And I walk around in after, and I got some sponsorship from different people, and I have a party for him. Toys. I get toys for mostly the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole people that probably didn't even like me. The whole was full of people. And it was a very big party. Right? So these are things that I did for the area. Right? So I don't really mind if the people down there have, with them stupid comments, because I know how they had tied up with mental slavery from the white man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they tell about it that you could come, I could come. I came from Chaka Hall, and people in Six Men would know me, right? And the boundaries are very close. And what you find and when I observing people, when it comes to people and certain people, you will see. If I could tell the change that I see, it would jump you. Even yesterday, I saw one down on the beach. It made me laugh. You will see sometimes in shops. People know me, they know you, but they don't favor you. But a European with a different pigmentation come and they sit down. They don't know if he's a spy,
Mm-hmm.
right? They don't know who he is. But when they see that color, they tend to get all frenzy with themselves. You can see you will see them. Oh, how are you? And this whole speech change.
Mm-hmm.
Going to die, and the whole speech change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Them gonna welcome him better than welcome him, but they know me. Some of them could grow up with me, went to school with me, because some people from down here went to school with me. But when it comes to European, right? So some people in Barbados got the Master's syndrome. A lot of them still.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one yesterday down by the beach here, next the next marina, Port St. Charles. And a white lady, it looked to me like she bought a house. And the seaweed come in onto the property. Now, the white lady don't have a pawn card. And this woman went home for her pawn card. That woman wasn't living there for years. And she's pushing the pawn card to the garbage for the woman. I said, look at this for me. So all them things is master trends. And when she come pay someone to go do that,
Mm-hmm.
she come out, she on the above. I said, these people, that's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then they want to be seen by white people, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these things is happening in Barbados. So people got to, look at yourself and look and see where you come from. But if you don't look at yourself, if you don't look back to see where you come from, you don't know where you're going. And that's what a lot of people don't try to do. So that's it. Let me get back to the part. So I got then everything cleaned out and everything, and I hold the party, and then the secretary at the department and the prime minister's office, they was holding Beautify in Barbados, and I get a form and I apply, and I try my best to make it as beautiful as possible. By then now, I started to work and get back money somehow, I used to just get things, go and ask people and would just give me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the competition came up, I got the first prize. So that's when Onafa then came in and he sent Glenn Murray as the head of state to open down here, right, to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the first time that 6 men was recognized, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first that 6 men was recognized. And all the people from down here that's supposed to got all this education and running behind the government year by year, right? Never done anything like that down here for 6 months, right? They haven't get a chance to do things for people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The roads broken because one half believe that these people should be down here and this boy should be down here and 6 months alone belongs to them. But we are all Bajans.
Mm-hmm.
So you see now, they got the master syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
right? Pride, jealousy, putting one another against one another. So all that kind of things, as parents, you got to teach your children that you could be only one individual. You can't be someone else, right? You is you. You can't do you. You could try to do the things, but you might not. Another person will do, but you might not be the accurate like the things that he do. Mm-hmm. But you will try. But you could be only you. So I don't know what all the jealousies come from and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So after the American and they hold a big party, right? But actually, before the holy party, there wasn't no water and light. And I tell that time, Mackie Holder, he was the Prime Minister personnel. And I told him, well, you go and tell ONAFA for me if, in case these people in the condition that they're living in. Which then I just send him a letter, and he can't help the people. Well, I won't be holding that. I don't want in the first place. I don't want nothing. Just let it stand. But that's how the light and water came into this side. And then I have saw him down here. Then, maybe 2 or 3 years after, and he said, "Hey, dread." But I know they have many definitions. So I just look at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just look at him, right? But, people is people and do what they want to do, say what they want to say, right? But that's how I move through for everything here. But I fight a lot down here to make things happen for the people. But you've got to care about people,
mm-hmm.
especially children.
How come you never ran for government?
Hello? How come?
You never ran for a position in government.
Ran? Not for me. No, I don't want to get tapping and so. I can't. I won't like to get tapping and so. Right? Not me. I don't want none so. Right? And actually too, I don't like much people in my circle. Right? Not for what I went through. From then it taught me a lot to know to keep certain people in my circle and certain people out. So I don't want too much people in my circle. I don't want to be around too much people. Right? So then with that, I get the award, right, for the Prime Minister Best Awards, right? And then after that, I got awards for the social transformation for down here. And then after that, I got the Merit Awards for social the Future Century Trust. I think they was giving off awards that year. I think there's a African guy can't remember the name, World Authority. I think he's chief engineer there. He got one that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that I went through here for here, mm-hmm. for the people down here. So these are things that happen down here.
So people there know that you've gotten all these awards because you're working on their behalf. Do they know? Are they aware?
I don't even know that, but I am not looking for glory from them, right?
That's not okay. That's not. Yeah, I just want to know if they know.
Uh-huh. I don't have to know. Some people know. Is one guy down here, and he always said to me, Martin Graves. He always said to me, people don't hate, they will say this and say that, but I always tell them that you did a lot for 6 men. He always says, and he's the honest person. I mean, that's come to my face and tell me that, right? He's the honest person that tell me that to my face. And he was one that used to run behind Barbados Labour Party, along with the rest of goons that easy to swear. But now, and like for a few years, it seemed like he drift away from him. But I don't know the reason why. But he's the honest person that told me so.
Okay. So anything else you want to update the people with regarding 6 Men's?
Yeah. Well, as most to say, I could go on and go on and go on. But, I just want the people to have some pride in themselves and to look after their own well-being. Look at themselves. Look at yourself, man. You gotta look at yourself and don't be stupid, right? Ask questions. Find out things for yourself. Ask the government questions. Find out what's going on around you. This is your community, right? So everybody got to know this is where your children living. This is where, as Gabby said, my mother born here, my father born here, and I gonna die here, right? There are things that you have to you have to you know you got to look into, right? And ask questions, right? You can't just sit down and just wait for everybody to throw things in your hand and give you promises, right? And believe in them promises. You gotta get up and find out the steps. So if you remain lazy, right? The Bible tell me he who that watches the sun will not sow seeds, right? And he who watches the wind, but in the winter you be begging, because by then when the white man get everything from on your foot, you're gonna be begging and you be still back in the mental slavery. You can be still back in the mental slavery. So them are things that you gotta look at. So I think that'd be all for now.
Okay.
And so I'm going to get something to eat, and you have a nice day.
Okay,
nice
so
night.
keep on sending me the photos and keep on sending me the videos so that we're gonna have people are gonna know about 6 Men's one way or another. They're gonna know. We're gonna teach them. We're gonna teach them about 6 Men's.
Okay then.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
You
you.
have a nice
You do
yeah,
too.
okay.
You do too. This is Sherry
Okay,
Veronica, Naked Departure Radio.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.